Hello, my name is Johnny. Today we're going to look at more awesome collection, toys of the 60s, classic toys. The big boy of the Agent Zero M spy toy line, the Sonic Blaster. I've got one in the box, and we'll look at all the packaging on that. I have one loose. You can see it's quite big. It's just under 3 feet long. If you'd like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, reply, and share. Let's take a look here. We'll look at the one in the box in the second. Look at this one I have out. See, it's got the Mattel Toy Makers printed right on there. Hawthorne, California, 1964, Mattel Inc. Sonic Blaster 0M. A lot of interesting things about this particular toy and its history, and it was used and appeared in several television shows. Get to that in a moment. Unfortunately, with these, it's supposed to make a huge noise and a big blast of air. See, up to 40 feet. These have an internal air bladder that over the decades gives out. So it's very rare to get one that's in working condition. So these don't work. So we're not going to hear a huge boom. But you can hear the original, because they have, this is the pump for it. They have, let me go like that. See, nothing works on that. You can see it. Kurt Russell, Agent Zero M. Cool spokesman back when he was 15. He did a few commercials for Agent Zero M, and they show him using the Sonic Blaster, so you can see it in action. Let's take a look here. Flip it over. Very heavy. Imagine being a kid. I'm a 6-foot man, and it's quite big. Put that on the shoulder. Hold that. The trigger. The handle. I mean, look at it. It's just, I think, like 34 inches. It's huge, and it's heavy, too. Take a look. Nothing much to see down in there. Anecdotally, these were taken off the market because they were hurting kids' eardrums. It was so loud. Whether that's true or not, they did take it out, because I have some of the Mattel catalogs, and they continued 0M line into 65 and 66, and they didn't show it anymore. I'll get to the television shows that it was used for in a minute. I'm not going to take this one out, so unfortunately we're not going to get to see a close-up on the targets. We'll just see those on the back of the box, because there's a lot of information on the back of the box we'll get to. Love that Toy Makers symbol, and there's the 0M logo, brand of the spy with his hat on and his attaché case. Kind of reminds me of Mad Spy vs. Spy, and also the Burry's Cookies, Mr. Chips in the 1960s. Let's take a closer look. This one here, there seems to have been seen them come two different ways. This one doesn't have the scope on it, and this one does have the scope. I think it's most common with the scope. Let me move this one out of the way. Look at that thing. The Sonic Blaster by Mattel. Very cool. If it looks familiar, before I get to the box, I'll tell you one of the shows it was used on. They used the actual toy and they changed it around to what it looked like on Batman 66 with Adam West, and they called it the Batzooka. So this toy was the basis of the Bazooka. Very cool. I remember one other show that it was on, I'll say in a moment, back then, and I believe it was in a movie in the late 60s with a bunch of other cool toys. Move this down. Air loader, scope sight, arming bolt, Fires booming bolts of air power. Sonic blaster. Safe. No caps or batteries needed. That's kind of strange. I mean, they're telling you here is a good point, but most of all the other 0M guns, which I've covered, they come with caps. So does that mean they're unsafe? That's marketing for you. So you can see just a little bit of the cardboard in there that's for the targets. Let's take a look. It's hard to move. I've only got so much space on this table, in this room. The other end sides are pretty much the same. That's very cool. Let's look at the back. There's a lot of information on the back here. Sorry about the camera. It's big. I don't have an assistant. I was delaying doing this one. It was a pain in the neck to get to this one up on a very high shelf in one of my display rooms to get it down, and then the loose one was somewhere else, and I wanted to get to this before I finish filming up for the end of the year here, 2021. So there he is. So picture Kurt Russell, young there. Here's how the Sonic Blaster works. I won't read the whole thing. You can read it there. Moving it along, and you saw me try to pump it with the air loader. Locks in place. And here you go for best results. Just carefully. Up to 40 feet. Fire if you pump it just 3 or 4 times, but effective range will be much less. You cannot overload it. Takes practice to be a good marksman. So what's in there is basically paper targets, some that look like airplane hangars and things like that. It's not just a round target to shoot at. And of course you could use this to blow leaves and knock over cans and all kinds of things. It's very powerful. Carry, it's got that, it locks in place. You can use that as the carrier. Hang a newspaper on a clothesline and blast away. Hang quartz or balloons on strings and blast away. Line up some empty cardboard milk cartons and blast away. Have a naval battle. Put play boats on a pond or pool and blast away. Yes. Like I said, it was taken off the market because it was so loud that I was saying it was hurting kids' eardrums. The other show it was on, Mike Nesmith was handling it, I believe, in an episode of the Monkees. They just had it around. If you've seen that show, they got like a headquarters, a pad that they hang out, the group hangs out in, and they had it in one of the episodes. Been a long time since I rewatched those, so I don't remember which one. And I've forgotten some of the other things that it's appeared in. But definitely it was the basis of the Bazooka. If you look at that, you can see the similarities. Just like Mattel's Rotojet gun they had on Lost in Space. They made a fancier version of it for the show, and then they sold a toy version of it. So that's the big boy of the Agent 0M line. I still have some other items from Agent 0M, including a store display sign that I'll get to in 2022, hopefully. So that's a neat video from a very cool toy from the 1960s. You gotta love it. The spy craze, James Bond, Man from U.N.C.L.E. And in the toys, Agent 0M by Mattel. Thanks for watching.